Here to discuss more on the case is attorney Vikas Bajaj. Vic, great to see you as well.
Likewise, thank you so much.
So you've got this defendant. He calls 911 right afterwards. He says he's involved in the shooting. They find him with a rifle on the front seat. He's, I think, got a helmet. He's got the green tactical vest. He's got the manifesto saying he hates Jews. You've got the fire at the mosque. Why does he plead not guilty?
Well, we do have a constitution, and I don't think this case is much about, minimizing the punishment or imploring an issue on factual innocence or guilt. It's really an issue at this point of making sure the defense attorney has all the police reports, all the audio recordings, video recordings, and has an opportunity at least to review that with his client. I believe in a future clip we saw that the future court date was put off until July of this year, and that's outside what we would call the due course statutory times. And that's really an indication that the defense attorney here, Mr. O'Connell, wants to go through all the reports, analyze the history of his client, and then make a pitch to the district attorney's office, whom we heard from today, in order to not have her office seek the death penalty and rather have the alternative punishment, which in these types of cases, at least 3 of the charges that he's facing carry life without parole, what we commonly term LWOP in the state of California.
It's really telling that he has a public defender. From the statements that his parents have released, they're distancing themselves from him. They said that they were shocked and shaken. It's a mystery as to how he got to this point. He was living in their home. You would think that they'd want to hire, serious legal counsel. Is having a public defender going to hurt him?
Well, it's too early to tell. I mean, there are great public defenders in our wonderful country and surely in this county, and there are some that don't do a great job. Just like private attorneys, there are some great and some that don't do a great job and pour their heart and soul into it. But it is not rare in a very complicated case to have appointed counsel on the case immediately until the family can get together, speak with their son. Odds are they haven't had a chance to even speak with him yet to determine what his goals are, and then to go out and methodically research the right defense attorney for the case. Again, this is not a case that I believe will revolve around facts or circumstances leading one to believe that he's not factually guilty. I think the facts that we've heard so far without convicting him before seeing everything led clearly to the conclusion that there's more than enough evidence here of factual guilt. So it's really a mitigation presentation that needs to be made to the district attorney's office, and I'm sure if the family wants to help him, they'd try to find the best lawyer to do that.
So does that sound like maybe there isn't so much of a defense against this mountain of evidence against him, and they'll just look at maybe the penalty that he might receive, or I know it's still early on, might they come up with some kind of a defense that he was not in his right mind at the time or something?
It could be. That could be. But of course, the practical punishment, if one is found to be legally insane, and that's going to be a hard barrier to conquer here because we have a significant amount of premeditation here, and that flies in the face of insanity defenses. But the punishment there is not release into the community. The punishment is incarceration in a hospital that exercises their control over those to see if they're sane to carry on with the proceedings of the criminal trial. So that's not a win either. And something tells me that that may not be the angle that this individual wants to take. And that's because, of course, there were conscious moves made after the gun jammed, fortunately, or whatever caused the lack of additional missiles to be protruding from that weapon. But he called the police officers and said, well, here I am, I'm fully armed. Apparently, he did not put up a fight. So it sounds like this is not an issue that he will fall back on and say, well, I wasn't saying I didn't know what I'm doing. I don't see that defense holding any water in this case at all.
All right.
Bajaj, thanks so much.
Thank you for that insight.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Meantime, the Rabbi Goldstein, who was injured in Saturday's shooting there at the synagogue, continues to speak out concerning the incident. He was part of an op-ed piece that was published today in the New York Times, and the rabbi said in that piece, quote, "I do not know God's plan. All I can do is try to find meaning in what has happened and to use this borrowed time to make my life matter more. So it is with this country. America is unique in world history. Never before was a country founded on the ideals that all people are created in God's image and that all people deserve freedom and liberty."